How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of my Lost in Your Love remix. This is a track by Red Light. And today I'm going to be showing you how I made a speed gauge remix of it. Here's a preview of my track. The track has quite a few interesting elements. So firstly, we've got the drums, this piano, next we've got this pad, and a second pad. Of course, we've got the Reese Bass, the lead, and the effects. So the first layer we're going to start with is this lovely piano. So essentially these are the exact same MIDI notes as the original Lost in Your Love piano. So in their track, instead of having this sort of vibey, wavy piano, this like whirly sort of thing, they've just got this sort of straight M1 piano, sounds something like this. But I didn't want to copy them exact, so that's why I chose a sort of strange, pure whirly piano. So this is like a Roland electric piano. I've then added some nice sort of phasing effects. So we've got this flanger, which is in the Serum 2 effects. So yeah, you just obviously bang that in, go to effects, and whack on this flanger. I've then got a second flanger, which is this Phaser Biotron, which is an Arturia plugin. You can basically use any, like even the Ableton stock one, Phase Flanger. It's really good. You've got flanger, doubler. This is really good. I've used this on a few tracks. Then on top of that, in terms of processing, we've got this to add some color, and another one to make it a bit louder. Yeah, it's just making it a little bit crispier. Not doing a whole lot, let's be honest. We've got this Pro Q3 taking out this. Yeah, it's sort of like a sort of resonance, kind of like bassy. So yeah, the start of the track is pretty much just the drums along with this sort of chord piano. Great, so now we're going to look at the drums. So yeah, these drums are pretty simple. Essentially, what I did originally was just use this full loop. These drums are from my Speed Gauge Volume 3 pack. The link for that is in the description. The pack makes it super easy for you to make Speed Gauge. You can literally just drag in different loops, one shots, and yeah, it's all sort of in there. It's even got really cool ragga effects. The thing with Speed Gauge as well is you kind of need Speed Gauge packs because you need those ragga effects like this. And you're not going to get those in like a deep house pack. Same with like the drum loop. They're just very different to like... They're very different to house drums. You kind of need Speed Gauge drum loops, otherwise it's not going to sound the same. So yeah, what I was saying is I had this full loop, but then when I sent off to get mixed and mastered, he wanted the separate kick, so I separated the kick using like MIDI, and then just had the top loop. Because the pack has got full 9, so you can just come here, find the top loop if you've used the full loop. Yeah, I mean, in terms of processing, not really much going on. That's the drums. Now let's have a look at the Reese Bass. So yeah, as you can see, we're in the key of F sharp minor, and the patch is pretty simple. This is sort of just that pitched up, so the F sharp root note. But sometimes simplicity is the best. Pretty much just following the same notes as this piano we went over earlier. So these sort of bottom notes here. So this piano can sit on top. But yeah, I've literally just got these. So basically just drag this like that. Cut off the top ones. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Apart from I've sort of made it a bit more square. So pitched it up. And then just made it everything legato. pretty much the same, and then I just added sort of these extra notes here and then changed the sort of length rather than it being always on the grid. It's sort of chopped up to different lengths. But yeah, it's pretty simple. In terms of the MIDI, I mean, feel free to copy it. I really don't mind. So yeah, in terms of the patch, we've obviously used Serum, and it's the Reese Craving for You preset from the Speed Garage Volume 2 Serum pack. This pack is my go-to for Speed Garage. I use it literally in like every track. So yeah, I mean, I'd recommend it. The link for it is in the description. So yeah, I use this Craving for You. I'll show you now how to make it from scratch. Great, so menu, initiate the preset, digital, harmonic morph, pitch it down by 2 octaves, oscillator B down by 2 octaves, and again digital harmonic morph. We go plus 25, minus 25. The amount of sort of minus or pluses you go is sort of changes how fast the wobble's going to be. So yeah, you can also adjust that later. Now I'm going to grab this macro, put it on the wavetable position, and just drag it up. As there's a slight click, I'm going to bring up this envelope. And let's go to the filter and take out some of the high end. Bring up the res. And what you can do is click notes mode. Then bring that down more. Bring up the drive. Obviously you can adjust this macro. Cool, I'll just switch back to mine to see what other effects I had on. So I've got this distortion, which turn off, we can obviously turn it up. And yeah, reverb, so pretty much just a reverb. Great, so in terms of effects, firstly we've got this kickstart. Just a basic sidechain, obviously making sure it can punch through the mix a little bit better. On top of that, we've got this Saturn 2, which just is a sort of distortion plugin. And I've just boosted sort of mid-range here, and a little bit at the top end as well, just so it punches through the mix a little bit more without it. Sort of exaggerates that sort of mid just a little bit more. What I'm also going to show you now is the next bass layer, so let's hear it. It's like a bass topper. Makes it a little bit more exciting, you know. So this is the organ bits. I'm not going to show how to make them from scratch. This is from the Speed Garage Volume 1 pack. But yeah, we've got this sub followed by oscillator A. This is actually a wavetable from Massive. These won't obviously be on your basic Serum. You have to sort of install these. So if you just Google like Massive wavetables or something like that, it should come up. Yeah, the same sort of theory as the other one. To make a Reese Bass, you go -2, and then we got -23, -2, and +23. And yeah, we use that same thing. So controlling this wavetable position to control the shape of these waves. Effects have just got this sort of compression. Pretty cool patch, quite original, and yeah, feel free to copy it. Cool, so next we have the lead. I've gone over this lead in a few other videos. It's the Yosemite lead, so you might recognize it from when I did the Yosemite remake. Good patch, to be honest. I use it a lot. The key thing about using this lead is the MIDI. Yeah, just copy this MIDI. So it's on that sort of second beat and then on the beat. And then it repeats. And it just works with every track, like every single track. In terms of the patch from Speed Garage Volume 2, oscillator A, we've got this saw wave, and that's sort of basic when you sort of initiate preset. That's the first thing that comes up, right, this wavetable. And all I've done is up the unison by 5, drag it down to 0.13, done the same on this one, and this one's pitch -4, and this one's up 29. We then come over to the effects. We've got a nice bit of tape saturation, and we're also using this filter to take out some of the top end. And in terms of the drive, we're at 84, and the mix at 83. We then got a bit of chorus, just sort of make it wider, and also more kind of retro. Same with the reverb, without all these effects. Makes it like retro vibes, you know. Loads of reverb, like back in like the 90s and shit, they used to drown shit in reverb, same like the 80s. So it's like, to make it sort of that style, then you've got to do that, add a heavy bit of reverb on. So yeah, 26%, and we've gone for a plate rather than a hall. That's hall, that's plate. It sounds way better on this sort of lead sound. Cool. In terms of the effects, we've got this crash. Just a nice sort of crash. And we got this riser into this downer, really strong riser. a pretty heavy downer as well. With a nice bit of sidechain. Without the sidechain, you're gonna fuck up your mix. Like, what is that? So you've got to make sure you've got sidechain pumping into the kick. In terms of other effects, it's got this snare. This is like Noizu snare. Yeah, the Noizu pack, some of this riser. Great guys, I hope you learned something from that video. I feel like maybe it was a bit all over the place, but maybe it was alright anyway. Yeah, so just a track walkthrough. If you want to listen to the track, of course, SoundCloud, it'll be up there now. Cheers guys.